combination food, okay? And though originally taken from various tribal villages of Bengal, some innovations have been done, and this is very popular because it's affordable, and usually big restaurants don't serve these things. And kanshar thala, we call it, it's not brass. Kasha is something else.
Yeah.
It is
Copper?
It is brass with a difference. You only get it in Murshidabad district. Mostly now it is elsewhere, with traditional bowls and in traditional vegetables. So it's long forgotten traditional in even Bengali homes. So people come here to grandma kind of a thing. And bashpora, mutton and some other things. These are exotic items. This is not included in the combo, which costs a princely sum of 199 rupees only.
Very cheap.
Only.
Very cheap.
So people come here to this and then try out the side places, which are slightly costly. So, as you can see, gamcha, which is essentially Bengali product. This is Shitol Pati coming from Bankura. This is Orli art from Maharashtra. A lot of effort has gone into making of this. And this whole thing looks like a hamsa. The hamsa is a big drum beat kind of a thing. So please have your food.
Baba getting tense today. हमारे डीओपी साहब को आज बंगाल के बारे में काफ़ी नॉलेज मिल गया. So how this concept, let's start.
Let's start. Come.
Yeah. So how this concept came to your mind, sir? Like bringing dhamsha into a restaurant, commercializing.
Yes, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
You see, just beside this is a Banglar Gram.
Acha.
What is it? Our thought was that urban children, people from the cities, young persons from the cities, they think that tomatoes are found in Spencer's kind of a thing.
Okay.
So how tomatoes grow in trees, how apples grow in trees, how chawal hota hai, all those things they don't know.
No.
So we made a Banglar Gram. We actually cultivate.
Okay.
We actually cultivate seasonal things, mustard in winter, rice in monsoon seasons, and very beautiful countryside story. So when we built that up, it was hugely popular. People used to come, take photos, and how a real village, Banglar village, looks like. And then if we had a Banglar village, there should be a Banglar Khawa. So that's
Food
how
is
it started.
something like, Mami hathi.
Sure.
Try
Use
this.
your hands. Want to wash?
No, I washed my
You have washed
I
yours.
washed my hand. I think, sir, this is something every Bengali is like. This Gandhoraj lebu.
Gondora lebu, you don't get very easily.
Yeah.
That is flavored lebu, and we just had, it's a welcome drink over here, is Gandhoraj lebu diye ghol. Ghol is not lassi. Ghol is made of curd, but slightly lighter than what North Indian lassis are, quite thin, sweet, and of course Gandhoraj lebu is an additive.
So, like, coming to your service questions, you were so many years, maybe DAM into district, now developing a city in already famous Calcutta. How was it? And how is the feeling right now, seeing it grow?
Absolutely fantastic. I can say very few people have this insight, have this realization. Because when we started in early 2000, it was just low-lying swampy land. Nothing was there. And now at least 100,000 people are living here. There is so many things happening. And to see it grow and to plan it to grow, bit by bit people coming in, bit by people, all the things developing, planning it. Just now this place I can see was nothing. And it was a marshy land.
Okay.
There used to be pani fall grown here.
Okay.
So how it got transferred, it's a huge feeling. And there is a story behind every little bit that you see around here.
Okay.
Like we talked about Dhamsha. Why Dhamsha? It's a tribal instrument. Why this was there? Because there's Banglar Gram. Why Banglar Gram? Because people are coming, but they are seeing only manicured park. They are not seeing villages. So there's a story behind every little bit of Newtown, and that's really, really. You see, it's something like we often plan a house in our
Yeah,
lifetimes.
yeah,
You get a piece of plot of land. Where will your bedroom be? What is Vastu? Where is the southeast wind? But to design a city, you very seldom get a chance.
Like, how it all started? Like, one sudden morning you got a call from, ministers that we want to grow. How the story started?
Well, I was brought into HITCO. In 2000, I was working in KMDA as Secretary KMDA. That is KMDA is Kolkata Metro Development Authority. And I was brought in as the Managing Director. This is 22 years earlier,
Okay. 2000.
2000. So then I got involved in land acquisition, developing the basic infrastructure route. Then I moved away
Okay.
and I became the Chief Electoral Officer. I went to Finance Department. I went to France for a training, long-term training in the ISL happens. And then for the second time, when Mamata Banerjee government came back,
2006.
2006, I was the Urban Development Secretary
Okay.
in any case.
Okay.
And then suddenly I was given a call to meet her in Writers Building. I remember they had just come to power in June 2011 and I was called in August 2011. And she said, I want you to be the chairman of HITCO.
Okay.
Mind you, a minister was the chairman earlier.
Okay.
So she wanted me to be the chairman and managing director.
So
And
HITCO was established earlier only.
HITCO was established in 1999. That is a year before I was the managing director.
Okay.
In fact, Sanjay Mitra, who worked as Joint Secretary in the Prime Minister's office
Okay.
and also became the Chief Secretary of West Bengal, he was the first founding managing director.
Of HITCO.
Of HITCO.
Oh, that's great.
And I was the second, and I continued. And then again during this term, I continued as CMD for a long time.
Acha.
And then the minister again has been inducted as the chairman. I continue as the managing director.
So, like, how Durga Puja goes on? Like, being a Bengali, how, because I remember, like, if we talk about, you said about 12 years, I asked if you about 25 years back, that times you were more busy, how to control the district, and now, I might be the things are quite easy after that, in being in the HITCO, or how Durga Puja right now?
You see, again, in HITCO, we were very keen that in Newtown, HITCO is an instrument, Newtown is a city, that good practices develop. Like a child and a mother relationship, the parents, how they teach their child is how they're going to grow.
Born and brought up.
Yeah. So, for example, immersion for Durga Puja, nothing was there. So we went around, hunted a place. We didn't want the Hooghly River of main Kolkata to be saddled with additional Durga Puja. It adds to traffic jam. It adds to a lot of crowd. So we were looking at ways in which we can do organized immersion. And we came up, we took a meeting with the puja committees. Then there were much fewer. Now there are 80,
Puja
90
committees of this area,
of this area.
Newtown, Salt Lake.
Whenever there is a group of Bengalis,
There will
they'll
be a
pull together and small or large, they'll be in a Durga Puja. It's impossible. Whether they're in New York or Berlin or Calcutta or Newtown. So they were doing that, but there was kind of no rule because it's the first time it's happening. So we traditionally began this immersion, how to do, what are the practices to do, VATs to be given by us, and everybody to be keeping their premises neat and clean.
proper SOP.
Proper SOP. So we did it with discussion, not merely setting out a set of rules. So we consulted the puja committees and we gradually evolved into a good methodology. And now, very interestingly, one of the few places in Kolkata where we actually spend a sizable amount of money
Okay.
in illumination of this place.
Okay.
Even today, if you go drive around the city, now that today is Shoshti, you'll find a lot of illumination done by the government,
Okay.
done by HITCO.
Can you just brief, sir? What's exactly illumination you're talking?
Illumination is all along the road from this 13-kilometer long Vishwa Bangla Sharoni, as we call it, from Salt Lake to airport. Little colored lights are given,
Acha.
arches are given. It's called Shubho Sharodiya, that is, and
Decorations.
then Vijaya and Kali Puja. These letterings change, but the idea is to bring life and brightness into this. Otherwise, since people are less, there are no shops on the road front, little in any case. So the roads used to look very desolate. So we tried, and this is now a ritual kind of a thing, that we spend a considerable amount of money in making the place bright.
Whatever, sir, I have understood while the way you were describing, I have realized one thing, that there was everything in a scattered manner. You were someone who made in a proper line, a proper fixture which gives the beautification and also a proper revenue generation for others.
Yes.
What was the homework you go through when you need to do this type of work?
Again, we sit with the experts, the engineers and the lighting engineers. Chandanagar is a place that is very famous in Bengal. They do a lot of light decorations. So we call one or two experts from them, kya kiya jaye, what to do. Of course, budget is also an issue. But we try to make it not lavish but very nice. In neighboring Sector 5 also, where I am looking after, right from EM bypass to VIP road, a stretch of about 20 kilometers, is uniformly and brightly lit.
Okay.
This is to encourage all the other residents and visitors that you are entering a very happy city kind of thing. So, a small correction, it was not only putting order into a chaotic world, no.
Okay.
It was putting order into an emerging world.
Wow.
There was no Durga Puja, there is one Durga Puja. And now the things have started complication. I have to look at several court cases, even yesterday. So earlier 3 blocks, resident block areas, they were doing a puja together because there are few people. Now each one of them wants to do it separately. And the old body, which was the mother body kind of, they think we are doing it for so many days, why should we allow this? So they go to High Court and we adjudicate and all kinds of things keep on happening.
These also you are not to take care, no? When this
Yeah,
thing happens. Yeah.
Because as the urban local body, we are the last leg of the government.
Just who wants to serve? So these are your special.
এটা কি? Bel Pahari Chingri. You know where Bel Pahari is? Bel Pahari is in Purulia.
Okay.
Purulia to na Mendipur. Purulia.
Okay. Best friend.
Very, very tribal remote
Gravy
place.
So this chingri means the prawns.
Prawn.
Prawns.
This is a new addition to the menu the chef tells
just
me.
now.
Oh.
Just now. Thank you.
Watch out for Durga Puja.
For Durga Puja.
Oh my God. So what is your favorite food? Are you like that, foodie Bengali?
Yes. I am full Bengali. But in Bengal, we also always decide into Ghoti and Bangal.
Okay. What is that? Please describe for
that
people
is-
who don't know.
That is people who had come from erstwhile East Bengal, now Bangladesh, during partition. They are East Bengal supporters and they are
Business.
Bangal.
Okay.
And Ghoti is Originally staying in western part of India.
Okay. So what are you right now?
I am by lineage Ghoti, that is West Bengal.
Okay. Okay.
But my wife is from Bengal.
Okay.
She has never visited Bangladesh in her life, but you know, that is how it is. Bangals love ilish mach.
Okay.
Ghotis love chingri mach. What
Ilish
you are
means
having.
which we call hilsa.
Hilsa.
Yeah. So in house, do you fight with that?
No, not at all. We love anything that's good. Both of us love ilish,
Okay.
especially if it comes from Bangladesh. And both of us also love chingri, which is a hallmark of Ghotis.
And other items like other fish and mutton.
Oh, yes. We are pure non-veg. So chicken, mutton, everything we take. Mutton is more favorite than chicken. But fish is the delicacy that we really like.
Like in pan India level, you might be knowing that now Navratri is going on, and for them it's like you will not have non-veg. But in Kantu Durga Puja, you cannot stay without non-veg.
Yes. In Navami day, that is Navratri day, it's almost compulsory to have mutton. Even in Ramakrishna Mission, which Vivekananda founded in Belur Math and all, they serve mutton
On the
on
Navratri day
Navami.
also.
On Navami.
But I
Navami
heard
bhog.
they are veg, no, totally.
No. Ramakrishna encouraged people to have non-veg.
Oh.
Not every day, I mean, because
that-
of its cost.
So you have that day?
We do have not as a ritual, but just like that.
This fish is really tasty. I'm not so fond of prawns. I like shrimps much, but this one is really tasty. So what other plans you have this time in Durga Puja?
Oh, we are doing to encourage good practices. You know, there are lots of awards, prizes being given during Durga Puja. And in Newtown, we also, from NKDA, we also organize some prizes. Our judges go around and evaluate.
Okay.
So one we are doing it for the first time is blockchain-based e-voting.
Okay. What is that?
That's called People's Choice.
Okay.
So we have put out a notice in the website. Everybody can vote
Okay. Through apps?
through apps,
Okay.
through a web link
Okay.
actually.
Web link. Okay.
And the whole procedure has been developed in collaboration with the University of Warwick in
Acha.
Glasgow in UK.
Oh my God.
You see, and Indian Statistical Institute, a professor, very learned professor and Statistical Commission chairman now, who stays in Newtown. They have got a team of researchers. Their ambition is to make online voting reality, actual vote.
Okay.
Now, there is always this fear of manipulation. Even our EVMs are so much subjected to, what shall I say, being accused whenever somebody loses. So, e-voting is even more dangerous. Online, anybody can put in a virus and things like that. But this team is trying to develop a blockchain-based, public authenticated methodology.
Okay.
So that you know that your vote has been registered correctly. The voter knows, he can verify. So, as a very innocent trial on the field that they are doing, choose your best Durga Puja.
Okay, okay.
Public's choice. So that is being done for the first time
Okay.
through this group, online voting. So whoever gets the maximum number of votes. And since your mobile number is associated, you can't vote twice. And nobody can tamper, you can know. So they are trying to, ground truth with a field trial. This is a new thing in Durga Puja, e-voting. Time for the puja.
Okay,
See if you like it.
Ajay, puja special. Okay. This chicken's liver fry.
Not chicken, mutton, I think.
Mutton liver fry. Wow.
The Sribhumi Puja, close by, is very famous.
Acha.
To such an extent The chief minister this time, when she went to inaugurate the puja, she mentioned, Mr. Bose, please see that there is no traffic jam on the road. People must not miss catching their flights.
Exactly.
So I had invited him for the
Today's.
block puja
Okay.
because he's the local MLA also
Acha. Of your area also?
of my area where I stay in Salt Lake. And this time I'm the president also, so I had made it a point to invite him. But it was nice of him, gracious of him to excuse himself by calling him.
So like in media,
But he invited me to attend his puja.
in media it always shows that there is always a distance of bridges between bureaucrats and politicians. Is that true, or is it like different from your perspective?
After a time, each one recognizes the importance of the others. The ministers can't get their work, and if they are not briefed properly, they'll get into trouble. And we also know that ministers are now, everyone is trying to do the good. So it's a friendly relation. After a time, it becomes a friend. Of course, I'm not saying that with the chief minister or somebody, but all others, we are almost very, very cordial relationship. It's absolutely not a strained relationship.
What was your first district, do you remember, after coming from Labasana?
Yes,
Which district?
it was Jalpaiguri in North Bengal.
Okay. So like it's been how many years, sir, right now in the service?
I am 85 batch, so I went after the 1 year training, 86.
86.
I was in Jalpaiguri. It's a lovely district on the foothills of the Himalayas.
It's in North Bengal, right?
North Bengal.
North Bengal.
Lots of tea gardens, lots of forests. And I did my village study in a place called Raja Bhat Khawa, which means the king had
They're right.
food or rice at that place. So such a long-winded name. There's a lovely small hamlet where forest people used to have simple life. Much later, when I became chief electoral officer, I visited once again because
That
that
place.
time I was to go to all parts of Bengal. Just for the experience, I went to the same bungalow, forest bungalow. Disappointed. Now a lot of urbanization had happened. In the evening, radio sound is disturbing.
You missed
the
that
jungle.
rawness of the.
Absolutely. And the loneliness, the silence of the insects.
Yeah,
you
yes,
know,
yes,
this
yes,
jiji puka, I don't know what they
crisping
call.
sounds.
Yeah.
So I think you are somebody who would love to, go in a remote place and enjoy your personal time rather than, in a crowded place. That's your personal.
Not always, not at all.
Okay.
I quite like
I love this thing. Credit goes to Moina.
Moina.
Okay, sir. Yeah, please continue.
I love everything. No, my point was how my memory of a forest village is changing with time. That I didn't like. But that doesn't mean I don't like the Puri beach or the Darjeeling city.
Is that
which
for
are-
the peer pressure of urbanization?
I think so. Economic pressure also.
Economic pressure also. Because somewhere people mindset are that we need.
We need to work, we need to enjoy. So, pristine nature beauty, it is for rich urban people.
Last question, sir. I won't disturb you much in the food. That
But I hope you're liking the food.
amazing, sir. Amazing.
Happy to hear.
I'm planning to bring my parents tomorrow in this place.
You must.
I'm planning to bring them. So the last thing, sir, it's been, you said 30 years in the service, right? 30 years, how you have seen this, the service is changing every day and day. You have seen many changes of government. You have seen anybody, work with you who got retired. Many changes, ups and downs here. So what will you suggest for all the, budding officers or people who are watching this video?
Well, if there's anything constant is change. Things change. Change of government is very, 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 very drastic. You adapt your whole working situation with this. But the basic rules remain the same. And if you want to do good, politicians understand.
Okay.
This is my very deep conviction.
Achha.
Politicians understand intrinsically. They don't have IIM business matrix and all that. He wants to do good and he has got a commitment to his work.
Okay.
So my point is that if you have a commitment to what you're doing, you love your work, you want to do good, you will have no problem. And this is the most exciting job to do. Sometimes I'm conducting election, sometimes I'm doing disaster management, sometimes I'm doing rural development. For 7 years I did urban development.
So much diversity.
For 3 years I did information technology.
Yes.
It was also a new world. Blockchain, artificial intelligence, cryptocurrency,
Oh my
everything
God.
I was into. Sometimes I did power department, so how do you produce electricity? Why do you put coal dust? You know, absolutely unexplored regions. You never knew that these worlds existed. It's a huge thing. I think life is all about experiencing. And in the civil services, whatever it be the government, you can experience
Everything.
a lot of things.
Lot of things. Thank you so much. A small feedback on us, sir. How you like the thing and what's your suggestion?
I think it's a very novel way. We have seen a lot of TED Talks and its various variations, the Josh Talks, so many other things. But going to the place over food perhaps or over a walk, I think it's a very interesting way of bringing out some of the traits that we usually people don't talk about in a formal setting. I think that is what your main interesting point, I think.
Thank
If you put me in a
Studio.
straight jacket studio, I'll be so self-conscious that I will try to code by the constitution.
Do you think Bengalis opens up in front of food mostly?
If it's good Bengali food, yes.